I know no matter what happens, you know, this is what we live for.
Standing in the street, the sun is in the east. It's all within my reach. It's all within my reach. I'm going all the way. I'm going. Yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level. To another level.
You know, this is when it hurts. You know, but this is when I thrive. And this is the part that would separate the men from the children, you know, the wolves from the sheep. There is no balance and when it's prep time, right? You are 100% or you're it's a no-go.
But but I think training them every day is what tremendously helps.
In terms of his work ethic, it's day in and day out. You know, he does abs all off season long. Does the little things, the stretching all off season long. He's doing body work to make sure that his body is in the best position it can be throughout every phase of his prep.
Right here in your back pocket.
Now I gotta make sure all the back is best condition from the back. I probably will be.
And you don't stop. You never stop. Because the moment you stop, you let them fuckers win. Every day, keep improving. Do something better. Be better than what you were yesterday. Be better than what you were the day before that. And be better what you're going to be the next day.
His approach, how meticulous he is, how he doesn't miss a beat ever.
So that we have control of every single thing, literally up to the point, you know, tomorrow where he goes backstage. So
I think overall, this is going to be a year where people go, holy shit, Nick did it again. He shocked the world. Whether that means I'm going to win or lose, people are going to know, like, this man's still improving, and we don't know how.
Fucking gone above and beyond. The bar is elevated every single year.
How do you get up every day and, you know, even when you're deep in the prep, like how are you just so motivated to just get up and do your cardio? Guys, I'm tired, man. Yeah. But I have an end goal. That's what drives me. That's the only thing that I think about. The only thing that drives me is knowing that I am this close matters how hard you can work when it hurts. When you're depleted, tired, exhausted, it hurts. But this is when things change daily. You know, this is what makes the end result worth it. This is what makes every sacrifice worth it. Because I know in my head, in my mind, when I get on that stage, there's nothing more I could have done.
What makes you guys apples and oranges? Why are you complete opposites?
I think we should show them right now.
Especially when you're in that gym and you're training, you really have to think about, you know, how hard am I gonna go? And then the deeper you get into prep, the more you really have to dig. You really have to dig deep into yourself.
What's the fun part?
I'm gonna win the Mr. Olympia.
You gotta pull out the monster right up in there.
Do your best, do what needs to be done, and no matter what the end result is, as long as you have improved drastically from your last performance, it's still a win. Because it's gonna add up. And one day, you will win.
Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
I know what my goals are, and I know what I'm capable of. And I will achieve every single goal I'm set out to do, as well as each and every one of you will too.
Two steps forward, one step back. People actually complain about it. People say, oh, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back right now. Whatever. Good. Work harder. Take some steps back. It happens. That's life. Guess what? Get up. Step forward again. Again. So I woke up this morning and I was sore. I was tired. I was worn down. And sometimes you're barely making any progress. Sometimes you're barely making any progress at all. And that tough situation is making you want to stop. And what you eventually learn is you can't stop. when you're going through tough situations, you gotta take that next step. You gotta keep moving forward. I decided to keep going forward. You just keep going forward. So I'll hear people say, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. And the problem with that is they're leaving out the most important part of the equation. And that is work. Action. Actually doing something. That's what you have to do to achieve anything. Yeah, you gotta believe it, but you better get the work done. Are you going to win? Yes or no? Don't allow for any gray area in there. Get rid of the debate. Take action. This is gonna suck. And then you know what we do? We do it anyways. You know the right decision to make. So go and make it. Go get some. Lock it down. Tough situation right now. In a lot of different ways. Take that next step. Keep moving forward.
I say, you know what? I'm gonna actually follow the diet this time. Because there's some reason I'm not getting back into the conditioning that I used to get into. You know, with my abs deep and my lower abs good and all that stuff, I wasn't seeing that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna cut all of that crap out.
Mr. Olympias, all the great, incredible athletes, they don't stand in the mirror and say, my work is done. They say the work begins tomorrow anew with new knowledge. I start all over again.
And you can't wait to get up in the morning and get the day started and get your body sweating.
I had to be in the best shape possible.
You're dieting for the results that dieting is going to give you. Perseverance is the name of this game. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it?
The most amazing discipline. He's like a pit bull, you know, his mind. When he locks into a goal, he won't let go.
It's about making adjustments. You gotta know your body. You know, most people would try to do, I'm gonna do the same thing I did back when I did this. Can't work that way. You gotta make the adjustments. You gotta know when you're flat, when you need to add more food, when you need to stop cardio. You gotta know how to do all of that. That's what I've mastered over the years, why I've lasted so long.
You need to have your calories high enough to where you won't flatten out. You need to have your good, clean carbs up high enough. To have your water intake up so you don't flatten out. When you do these things right, the whole part of dieting is to lose fat. Everybody wants to try all this fancy stuff and reinvent the wheel and everything. Look, in the morning cardio and empty stomach, your blood sugar levels at its lowest point, do your target heart rate zone for burning fat. You know, there's nothing fancy to it. Eat clean, load up on the protein that you need so the muscle can repair itself. Low fat, cardio, and your body will start changing. That's it.
Want to see the world's greatest bodybuilder, how great he looks in the off-season condition.
me, it was always a big advantage when I said, okay, my movie starts on April 1, and I have now 3 months, so I have to get really in great shape. So you pick those times. It could also be that there's no movie, and you have no Mr. Olympia, or no Mr. America, no Mr. Universe coming up, or any of those things. But you say to yourself, the summer starts in June. I'm gonna go to the beach in June, and at that time, I want to be in great shape. So that creates an urgency that makes you really start training hard and taking it seriously. Because if you don't have a specific plan, if you don't have a specific goal where you want to go and when you want to get there, you just drift around and you never get anywhere.
Shape that I've ever been in my life, the biggest gains I ever had with my body, and whatever your goals are. Look, the most powerful supplement that you will ever have, all of you, is mine.
Through the hardest training, the hardest diet, the hardest mental prep he's ever endured.
Zoning in on it, getting inside the muscle. Best things you can do is be able to imagine what your body looks like. To understand the anatomy of the body. Because when you're doing certain exercises and the muscle is extending and it's contracting, you want to know what that looks like. You want to be able to put a visual of that in your mind. Champions know it's here. Switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. Step up, rise up to the challenge.
Come on, squeeze them hard. That's it. Come on.
And we'll tell you exactly what to do.
Rice.
What it takes to kind of Olympia shit right here. Getting tired, getting hungry, but I know it's working. So fired up about that. Still got about 10 pounds to drop.
How much more can you improve for everybody? So, whoa.
They got this whole list of the things they don't like. I don't like the diet. I don't like to eat this. I don't like doing cardio. What do you want to do that for then? You want to eat junk food? And that's what you fantasize about? You can have that, man. You can have it. You can have it right now. Or do you want something, is there something that what do you really want?
Whatever it takes at this point, man.
What's going to separate the champions from the people that don't are the ones that suffer.
I choose to do this, you know what I mean? This is the hang-ups about getting my discipline in order, have my mind in the right place to allow me to stay on my diet when I need to, and not be bothered by the sight of somebody else having something that, you know, at another time in my off season I might enjoy, yeah, there's no place for that. I struggle with enough things now. The last thing I would need is to have fundamentals like that and still be struggling with. Oh, I can't scale my diet. It's done. Every time you cook your food, every time you pack your meals, every time you, and the world may not understand what you're doing. Everyone is not going to see your vision until you unveil it.
The most important thing is that you have a vision.
We train for a transformation, and we start to get to that point. Don't lose focus.
Arlington, Texas, makes his way to the stage.
Our next contestant comes from Santa Monica, California. Please welcome Flex Wheeler.
Me and Ronnie were always supposed, being friends, and you almost have to reassess your friendship. I'm like, okay, now my friend is my competitor. You look at each other differently and everything, but we were able to still remain friends.
A 58-inch chest.
If you have the definition right along with it, then it's very, very good. If you don't, then, it means nothing. Ronnie has not only great and huge wide shoulders and a great chest, but he also has a very small waist.
That's kind of, definitely when he started coming to life at that time.
Here, this is a great back pose. He has the most spectacular back of any of the competitors, I think.
But I never dreamed that he would become the fierce competitor that he was. At that time, I never feared Ronnie, but I did notice Ronnie a couple of shows that he didn't get call-outs, but I'd always, people would always talk about my Christmas tree. And I'd always think about, well, damn, Ronnie's Christmas tree is just as crazy as mine. His back is thicker, but he doesn't get the notoriety for it.
He has the best waistline, I think, of everyone. Look at this. How small.
Paul Dillette,
Sixth place, Paul Dillette.
Vince Taylor. Ron Coleman
finishing in fourth place.
Mike Francois, third place.
Michael Francois, third place. Final two, Flex Wheeler on the right, Nasser El Somebody on the left.
Nasser El Somebody,
second place, $45,000.
And obviously our champion is Flex Wheeler.
Flex Wheeler, and Arnold Schwarzenegger hands him the trophy
Here is his bicep and tricep development, which is fantastic. Look at the separation between arms and shoulders. Here, very tiny waist, very, very tiny waist. Controls it all the time, flexes his abdominals, keeps the vacuum in, keeps it flat. It's wonderful.
I gotta tell you, one thing happened. I don't talk about this very much. I had a fiance in those years, and she hooked up with my training partner in early 1981. I was devastated. I was hurt. I couldn't train. I decided, somehow I conjured up the attitude that I'm gonna use this hurt to train better than ever. And I would go in the gym in the morning, and they were there. They were there, kissy face, huggy bear, and flirting with each other. And I'm like, so hurt, so precise, and so good. Every exercise I did, my body blew up and got great response. It was like from this great pain came this unbelievable knowledge of how to put my act together in the gym and train. That year, all the hurt went into my training. Every exercise I did worked greater than ever. The hurt, the pain, the terrible life drama and trauma turned out to be the best thing in the world for me in 81. Now you just start, get ready. You can't sit back, Everything worked that year. Everything worked so well. I opened the door to the gym and my arms grew. And the answer was like, I gotta get up. I gotta keep moving forward no matter what. I'm going this way. Challenge failure every time. I learned that on the squat rack. Big shout out to Nicandro Vision. See you soon. You gotta keep getting up. You gotta get up, no matter what. Energy, boom, everybody stopped. Everybody looked, and they just glared at me like, what the hell? And I was ready. I was so ready. And it was time to do business. It's amazing what it does to the human spirit. And all of a sudden, I'm bigger, I'm stronger. It's about being uncomfortable. I learned in the gym, when you're uncomfortable is when you grow. If you're uncomfortable, you grow in the gym. So I applied that to everything I do. Life will drive you down to the ground, like squatting. Life will take you down to the ground. It will tear you apart. When you think it's all good, life shows you you're wrong, It does. But you know something? We're supposed to feel that. We're supposed to go through those things to have the opposite. You gotta have sadness to have happiness. You gotta have terrible workouts to have good workouts. Some of the things I learned about life is that if you want something bad enough, if you really want something bad enough, you can do it. I don't know what I'd do without bodybuilding, without the squat rack. It taught me life. It showed me how to live. And falling down, failing is part of life. Is life. Getting up every day, no matter what, is living. Everybody said, no, you can't, you're not genetically gifted. Genetics is very important in bodybuilding. And I thought to myself as a kid, as a teenager, I will not be a victim to my genetics. They will be a victim to me. Okay, and I believe that. I believe reps, high rep squatting can remodel the body. I believe this sincerely. You can't let anybody tell you can't do something, okay? Because everybody says, oh, you can't or you couldn't. You gotta be careful with your friends. The friends you have, you become your friends. If I give up on my dream, what do you have left? I have to have a dream. I have to have a goal. I have to get up every morning and go after something. And I believe in bodybuilding and fitness makes your life better. Abundance and prosperity is what I learned about in the gym. I don't want to think about what I could have, should have done. I want to do it now, and I don't care about talent doing it now because I want it. I want to do it, and it's within me.
Determined, motivated, inspired to take your physical self beyond any previous point of accomplishment. Number 5, islands open now.
Every body part is an emotion, and that's the way I train. I mean, I'm sort of in the gym, I'm not counting how many times I'm doing something. I'm expressing myself in my thing, and that's where I come from, more than just the sets and reps.
It's within every human being to take that inner reserve of strength and power and apply it to their personal gain.
My attitude, the way I walk to the gym in the morning, the way I get in the car, the way I get on the phone, I have an inner confidence. Anything negative that happens will turn out to be an opportunity in disguise. And I look at life that way. It's hard to understand it at that time. I always find later it was the best thing that could happen. Devastation and terrible. Oh my God, death, and you lose your fiance or you lose all that stuff, okay? Those were the years I did that. I was so hurt, I decided to take all that energy and put it into the gym. It was a magical year. Any exercise I did was, wow, mind-blowing. Every day looked better and better. I'm in the mirror, I'm scared of myself in the mirror. Dreams do come true. I really sincerely believe dreams do come true. And if you want something bad enough, and only you, or you can't let anybody especially yourself, get in the way of that.
Two steps forward, one step back. People actually complain about that. People say, oh, it's two steps forward, one step back right now. Whatever. Good. Work harder. You take some steps back, it happens. That's life. Guess what? Get up. Step forward again. Again. So I woke up this morning and I was sore. I was tired. I was worn down. And sometimes you're barely making any progress. Sometimes you're barely making any progress at all. And that tough situation is making you want to stop. And what you eventually learn is you can't stop. When you're going through tough situations, you gotta take that next step. You gotta keep moving forward. I decided to keep going forward. You just keep going forward. So I'll hear people say, if you believe it, then you can achieve it. And the problem with that is they're leaving out the most important part of the equation. And that part is work. Action. Actually doing something. That's what you have to do to achieve anything. Yeah, you gotta believe it, but you better get the work done. Are you going to win? Yes or no. Don't allow for any gray area in there. Get rid of the debate. Take action. This is gonna suck. And then you know what we do? We do it anyways. You know the right decision to make. So go and make it. Go get some. Lock it down. Tough situation right now. In a lot of different ways. Take that next step. Keep moving forward.
I say, you know what? I'm gonna actually follow the diet because there's some reason I'm not getting back into the conditioning that I used to get into. You know, with my abs deep and my lower abs good and all that stuff, I wasn't seeing that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna cut all of that crap out.
The time that I spent in the gym, and I had absolute control over what was going on there. Those were the best frickin' times of my life. I could totally change my skinny little body. And I did all that myself. And I bet I can change my life another way. I enjoy being a physical animal, a physical beast. These times in your life where you're engaging yourself explosively through your training and the pushing of heavy shit. You're pushing yourself to the max. You will use that to inspire you throughout your life. Not only are you a physical beast, a physical animal, you are a rational animal. What you do with your training starts someplace other than your body. Where? Where does it start? In mind.
Bodybuilding is about muscle. It's about feet that separate the men from the boys.
A man among men, he is huge and was tough to touch during the most muscular, the biggest guys you'll ever see, so feast your eyes.
Get a clear picture in your mind of what you want to achieve. Never accept the limitations of someone else. Somebody told you that it's impossible. Don't even try. Give up before you even try it for yourself. Never accept limitations that someone else has placed upon you.
The judges actually told him he wasn't big enough.
You've always come into the competition in great shape. Always. I think now your size and your shape and everything that you bring to the table will be recognized. I hope that. I definitely think so. That your time is coming, man.
Now I have done all the things. My focus was only on bodybuilding for the last 11 months. I proved myself. I'm back. I'm the best package ever. I'm bigger than ever.
Instead of finding an easy way to do hard things, learn and develop a love for hard things. That you only want hard things. That you only want things in your life. Greater challenges.
cheddar, chicken, steak, rice, potatoes, oatmeal. There's no secret, hard work. There is no easy way. Starting not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, starting right this minute, I'm gonna start doing what it takes. For the rest of the day, I'm gonna eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, solid food.
And I bet if I was to visit any one of you guys in a gym during your workouts, none of you would be half-assed. We get under the weights at the gym, we do the training that we do, and I don't know about you, but I never climbed under a weight or did an exercise or train thinking, oh, this ain't I can't, I know I'm not gonna be able to do it, it's gonna crush me. I never climbed under a weight thinking that. I climbed under that weight thinking I was a goddamn gorilla and I could do anything I can set my mind to. The density.
Wide, thick, big. It's hard to pick this guy apart. He's basically the freakiest bodybuilder in the show, and it's just a question of whether or not the judges like the freaky size and mass.
But to live strong lives, there are things that you have to get straight and right in your mind to be able to do that, to be able to evolve, to be able to step up to the next level of your life. Inspiring to be in the presence of so much testosterone and hardcore athletes that like to kill it physically, mentally, and spiritually. To live a strong life.
I want to share a sentiment with you that I just heard from a very good friend of mine. His name is Phil Heath, and will go down in bodybuilding as one of the greatest of all time. We always talk about hunger and how you always want to outwork your competition regardless of how successful you may be lucky enough to be. You want to be hungry. If you know what it's like to be hungry, you'll never be full. He said it's one thing to be hungry, it's another thing when you're starving for greatness and starving for success. And I love that.
You gotta stay hungry. Because once you start, believing your own life, that's when you get knocked down.
It immediately clicked, it's in my DNA. I know what it's like to operate every single day. I operate every day as if I'm starving, so keep starving.
it requires a lot of work and effort. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the heartaches, the everything that goes along with it. The criticism, the unnecessary pressure, the people misunderstanding you for everything you say or maybe even do. It doesn't matter. I come into this gym, all the troubles that I've had in this world and going here and build a great physique.
I think my biggest thing was, like last year, I remember saying, you know, I'm going to shock the world. Well, this year, you know, I don't want to just shock the world, I want to tilt it off its damn axis. Oh, man. I just got to get these damn gains, man.
Trying to utilize the carbs that I do have right now. I'm currently at 100, and that's going to be it for the day. So typically you would assume, yeah, your strength should go down, but sometimes I think that's more of a mental thing than anything. If you want it bad enough, you get it done.
No more carbs for the rest of the day. So pretty much just gonna be dying, eating nothing but fish, freaking tilapia, broccoli, spinach, handful of almonds here and there, and yeah, my life sucks right now. But I tell you what, it ain't gonna suck in 4 weeks when I'm stepping on the Olympia stage.
And I say, I want to be one time on that stage.
As a teenager in school, I always visualized going to America and being a superhero. I wanted to look like a superhero. If I ever will become one, I don't know, but I got to look like one. Well, everything is a point in time in life. I always believe I can win this home. And you know, it didn't happen when I felt like I was ready to do it. And then you still have to go year for year, and you know you have to be even better and better. But the thing is, it helped you, it made you better.
I mean, you can have the best ship or the best plane in the world, but if you don't have a specific goal where you want to go and when you want to get there, you just drift around and you never get anywhere.
You do that year after year. Bodybuilding is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And some people try to get there so fast, and I say, take your time.
It isn't just about making PRs in the weight room. It's about living a strong life.
I train as hard as I can. I love to train. I do it from my heart.
I do everything that I can to be a winner, to get the body that I envision. the worst thing is you're not quite reaching your goal because you didn't do everything that you could do.
I always smile when I work, no matter how hard I work. I smile because I know exactly that every rep that I do got me closer to standing on that stage as a champion.
I had to be in the best shape possible. And I knew that if I come to the competition and then lose because I didn't have the right frame of mind, or I didn't give everything, literally worked my butt off, I would be just so angry.
You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. I always believe no stone unturned. Work your butt off.
Don't get caught up in the technicalities and the fancy routines and stuff too much. Just keep that core there that's about working, hard working, and challenge yourself. And if you challenge yourself and you overcome, then you feel good, man. You feel good, you know? So just keep doing that and it builds on itself.
6 months. So I'm thinking, what are we going to do in maybe 2 years, 3 years? So that's why I'm excited, and that's why I've got to remember, like, as the process unfolds, yeah, you want to do well now, but where will you be in a year or two? And try and keep that in mind, that bodybuilding's not instantaneous and it's fun because of what's possible.
The way you train affects how you look. You don't see that real dense, grainy, hard look anymore because none of the guys train like that. It brings a different look to the stage. And they can talk all the smack they want to talk, but you look at the greatest physiques of all time, they were all hard trainers and they all trained heavy.
Someone's got to come first, someone's got to come second. Normally what's going to differentiate those placings is who gave up first or who gave it the least, and I really don't want to be the person that gives it the least.
Your physical output is only going to be as good as your motivation. Desperation to push through that last rep, to know where is your limit.
My body wanted to give up, but my mind was not going to let me.
But I wasn't quite there, because it's a little bit more that you can squeeze out.
And just do what's going to be done.
Should you do heavy weights for low reps, or should you do high reps with low weight? The ongoing dilemma. The answers have always been there. Ideally, you've got to do heavy weights for a lot of reps. Having heavy days and having light days. Eventually, you'll be able to do heavier and heavier weights for more reps, and that's the key.
You look at all the top grade bodybuilders, they all train high intensity, they train heavy. I mean, Jay trained heavy, he trained intense. Ronnie did it, Dorian did it. I mean, you know, all the great ones, they train hard and they train heavy. High intensity, heavy workouts, and that's what built his physique. Heavy, intense, you know, and you look at that, those results, they work. You look at the kind of physiques they built, the conditioning, the dense, thick muscle.
I like to train that way. Put the plates on here, the throat rattle plates, you know, go get nuts.
It's called bodybuilding. The only way you can build muscle is through repetition. Heavy weight, as heavy as possible, and as many reps as possible.
This is what it takes if you're training, you know, for reals.
Gotta get a little geeked on this bitch. Put some more weight on that.
You never want to show the weight that you're scared that this is some
heavy ass weight.
It's too light. We're gonna go up. You like that, don't you? Weights are getting heavier and heavier and heavier.
We realise you're pumping up with every set, but not only that, you seem to be getting tighter and drier and grainier every set.
You don't just go to the gym and do the required number of reps and leave. You have to give, demand, focus. You have to go after it. You have to make it happen. You've got to train and condition yourself to do heavy weights for a lot of reps and really build some quality muscle.
It's about getting as much blood into the muscle as possible and working that muscle to failure. That's all it's about. Period.
That was real heavy. That was a real heavy thing. Yeah, that was a heavy thing. Pound dumbbell curls in your face, one arm. That's right. 24-inch guns, baby. In your face. Yeah.
I think what made the difference is that a lot of people like my look actually, even if I never got the appreciation for my look from sometimes at the shows from judges.
Here's a man that said that he could beat you all along, and that's Gunter Suikamp.
I almost thought I'd never make it. But then finally I said 1 year, okay, this year I have to do everything to get over here.
I just want to remind everybody that Gunther is the only guy to beat Ronnie Coleman in the past 6 years. I could do it once, I would do it again. That's what I would say. Here we go. And each time it's a new competition, so don't get comfortable over that.
But also I learned to compete, and first of all, to improve all the time, to really, if I improve compared to last year, I have done my job.
They will take the 5th place awards and present them to Gunter Suikamp.
In 2002, when I was on stage and I got called 5th, that roar and that standing ovation in that moment, that was the moment that told me that's why you do this for. And that's it. I mean, that work and that life, and that's what you live for, to have an experience like that.
Hey guys, just want to let you know, you made my day. That means more to me than a plastic. Thank you very much.
I'm ready to rumble. I want it bad.
Sometimes you have to pay your dues, and it keeps me just to getting better and better. Ready to rumble.
I get better and better, and I would keep doing it.
Shit, man, those years with Kai Green, that was awesome, man. I love that shit, man. I love those times, and I know a lot of fans loved it, and they hated me because of it. And I thought I had to embrace it, bro, and that's how I tapped into that killer mindset, that dream killer mindset, because of guys like Kai and his followers. I had no choice but to be that villain. And I'm happy I did it, because if I would have just tried to play it cool and try to please everybody, I would have been Shane Mosley.
And hats off to Kai Green. I mean, I think I definitely pushed him to look the way he did. I mean, he looked incredible. To me, this was his best ever. And I knew going into this prep that I was going to take his best shot. And I was able to take his best punch. He gave me a really good punch. And I was able to take him on the chin and punch back tonight, being more aggressive on stage and just taking care of business.
Move forward in that. I'd like to be better. I believe I can improve, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So you can just work hard and just hope that, you know, you're not working in vain, and at the end of the day, your efforts will be rewarded.
They got to bring the fight. They all go before me.
But I will say this, you know, I respect Kai for his hard work and dedication. You know, he did make the necessary adjustments to be highly competitive, and he did just that. Hats off to him.
I want to do my best. I want to get out of my own way and not hold myself back.
They say Olympians are one from the back. Who's winning this one?
You're going against one of the hardest working bodybuilders that ever walked this earth. So you have to match that in your own way. You cannot deny this man. That is one of the most dense bodybuilders I've ever seen in my life. Loved his work ethic.
I fear that if I don't do what I'm supposed to do right now, at this time in my life, the way that I'm supposed to do it, that I will sit somewhere else with a lot of reason for regret. I fear not being able to step into the fullness of the success that I really, really dream to attain.
How bad does Kai Green want it this year?
Because I felt like guys were at their limit. And if they're not, I'll be ready. Because I'm expecting King Kong to show up at next year's Olympia.
Why are you here? Here because I want to win.
And I kind of think the sport needs that. I don't think anyone can say that that type of synergy could be equaled by any other two bodybuilders.
Nobody can be a better Phil Heath. Phil Heath was so effective.
But I love him because he made me better. No one else could get me riled up like that. No one else could make me want to fight.
I know now what I need to do to never let this happen again. To push myself higher than ever before.
He wanted it. He made what the Dream Killer is today. He helped that.
And to know that in order for people to take me serious, I can't always be this humble guy. I have to let them know who the hell the champ is. And I think I had to do it in that fashion in order to win. And I'll tell you what, if we had to go back up there, I'd do it again. I'll do it again next year. It doesn't matter.
To aspire to look like that. Like for me, I didn't want to look like this huge Hulk, massive guy. Like I would rather have more aesthetics and look more pleasant and have better lines. You know, the classic physique division, what it is it doesn't have an unlimited weight. But classic physique is about how great can your physique be with a limited weight, with the weight cap to your height. So you can only put on so much muscle on your frame. I have to create this shape and this look to be the best at that maximum. And that's the big difference.
Yeah, it's coming alive, I think, boy. I mean, fucking cuts coming.
And that's where I fell in love with bodybuilding, was those qualities. Like, you know, you may spend an entire year, every single day, disciplined, day in, day out. I know what the end goal is. I know what I need to be working on, and I break it down into every day. This is what I need to do to achieve those goals. You know, looking at your body more truly as a machine. And it's a different level of discipline. It may be a whole year you're working on improving to stand on a stage for 10 minutes. And I was like, wow, that is something else. Like, you could carry that over into so many things.
All day, best one yet. Let's go.
Whatever you want in this world, you can go get it. You know, as long as you're willing to work for it.
The motherfuckers want to get hype. I'll get them hype. We a different animal right now.
My mindset is just exactly in those years when it all started, when I was just a hungry lion, willing to do whatever it takes.
My condition from the last show was ridiculous.
I'm trying to tell you, this is gonna be different. So I had to show them. That's the thing. Us as Florida boys, we show you what it is. We don't gotta speak on it, we just show you. Let's get it.
to make this workout count. Because if you make every day count, nothing can stop you because you will make the progress day by day.
I'm excited to go against the best. I'm excited to prove everybody wrong. It fuels my fire. Like, don't talk about me. The more I'm gonna bust my ass to prove everybody wrong.
There's not in between. Either you're in or you're out.